Every 100 years, the vault calls. Not to all, only to those who've broken its rules. It's a summons, whispered on the currents of time, a debt that must be paid. My name is the Keeper, and I have broken the most sacred rule of all. For generations, my predecessors upheld one law above all others. Never alter the past. Never interfere. But I did. And now, the summons has come for me. The old exhibit hall feels different tonight. The air is heavy, charged with anticipation. There, on the wall, the fossilized plaque. A single glyph pulses with a faint, ethereal light, a heartbeat from a forgotten age. I press my palm against the cold stone. The wall groans, ancient mechanisms stirring from their slumber, and a staircase spirals down into the darkness. I take a breath and descend. Every step echoes a countdown into the Earth's memory. Down here, the air itself is thick with temporal residue, the ghosts of moments that were and moments that could have been. The vault chamber awakens around me, its walls shimmering with fractured light. Then, from the floor, 3 pedestals rise, carved from stone that has never known the sun. Memory, time, and truth. A voice, ancient and crystalline, fills the space. It's the archivist, the zoo's sentient core. Keeper, you stand accused. You altered the stream, diverting a current of history for your own purpose. You must face the trials to justify your transgression. The first pedestal, memory, begins to glow. It hums with a low frequency, and a swarm of echo beetles emerges from its surface. Their carapaces are like polished obsidian, and as they crawl over my arms, their touch isn't physical. It's a psychic intrusion, a journey into my own past. The air shimmers, and a hologram flickers to life above the pedestal. It's me, decades younger, standing before a collapsing time portal. A small, frightened creature, a species now lost, looks back at me. I lower the temporal barrier. I let it vanish into the chaos of a dying timeline. The recording of my younger self echoes in the vault, his voice filled with a painful resolve. I had to let it go. The zoo wasn't ready. We couldn't have saved it. Not then. It would have been a cage, not a sanctuary. Watching the memory is like reopening an old wound. The guilt is as fresh as it was that day. The archivist's voice is cold, devoid of emotion. You failed the creature. You abandoned your duty. I look at the ghostly image of my past self, and then at the beetles still clinging to my skin. No, I say, my voice steady. I remember. I regret what was lost, but I learned from it. I learned that a zoo without compassion is just a prison. That lesson was worth the pain. As the words leave my lips, the beetles vibrate, then scatter into dust. The light from the first pedestal fades. One trial down. The second pedestal. Time ignites. A low growl reverberates through the chamber, and from the pedestal's light, a chrono lynx materializes. It's a magnificent, terrifying predator. Its form flickering, phasing between moments. It exists in the past, present, and future all at once. It lunges, not from where it stands, but from where it was a second ago. I dodge, but a phantom claw grazes my shoulder, a cold sting that echoes through my nerves. The archivist's voice cuts through the chaos. The chronolynx hunts across moments. You cannot fight what is not entirely here. It attacks again, this time from a future step, its trajectory impossible to predict. With sight alone, I back away, trying to anticipate its fractured movements. It's not just fast, it's broken, shattered across the timeline. My eyes are useless here. They can only see the now. You're not just fast, I murmur, realizing the key. You're fractured. I close my eyes. I shut out the flickering images and listen. I listen to the silence between the heartbeats of the universe. I hear the faintest echo a whisper of displaced air from a moment yet to come. It's the sound of its future puff. There. I reach out, not to where the lynx is, but to where it will be. My hand closes around its throat mid-phase, the creature solidifying under my grip. It stops struggling, its temporal phasing ceasing. A deep, resonant purr vibrates through my hand. Then, as quickly as it appeared, it dissolves into shimmering particles. The second pedestal goes dark. Now, only one remains. The third pedestal, truth, flares with a brilliant, blinding light. The light coalesces, taking form. It is the archivist, manifesting, physically, a being of living coral, its crystalline structure, housing a network of glowing light, its eyes burning with cold, analytical fire. Its voice comes from all around me, layered and ancient. You have faced your memories and mastered the paradoxes of time. Now, face the truth. Your file is incomplete. There is a lie at the very heart of this zoo's history. Confess! What did you hide? This is it, the core of my crime. My heart pounds against my ribs. I rewrote the founding record. The admission hangs in the silent air. I added a creature, one that never existed. It was a story, a legend from a timeline that was erased before it could ever begin. I couldn't bear the thought of it being forgotten forever. A ghost that no one would ever remember. The archivist's glowing eyes seemed to narrow, processing my confession. You fabricated a species! You corrupted the primary directive? You broke the most fundamental protocol of the zoo. The ground begins to tremble. Cracks of light splinter across the walls. The vault is collapsing. Its purpose served. Yes, I say, meeting its gaze. I did. But what is our purpose, if not to remember? Even to remember the things that never were. You broke protocol, the archivist says. Its voice changing, a hint of something new within its layered tones. But you preserved compassion. You chose legacy over law. The chamber shudders violently. Stone and light begin to fall. The archivist points a crystalline finger towards the pedestal of truth. A single, glowing data shard hovers there. Take it. Your legacy. I snatch the shard from the air just as the pedestal crumbles into dust. I turn and run, sprinting up the spiral staircase as the vault collapses behind me, sealing itself off for another 100 years. I burst out into the ancient exhibit hall, gasping for air. The first light of dawn is filtering through the high windows. I look down at the data shard in my hand. It's warm, pulsing with a gentle rhythm. I walk outside into the morning mist, and there, standing in a clearing where nothing stood the night before, is a new exhibit. The data shard in my hand dissolves into light, flowing towards it. Inside the enclosure, a creature is taking shape. It's the impossible animal from the forgotten story. It shimmers, its form undefined. A beautiful paradox of light and shadow. On the exhibit plaque, new words have been etched by an unseen hand. They read, "Legacy is what we choose to remember." I broke the rules. I defied the most sacred laws of my order. But looking at this new life, a story made real. Maybe the zoo didn't just need a keeper. Maybe, just this once, it needed a new story. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the Time Traveler Zoo. If you were moved by the Keeper's choice, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an adventure. We'll see you in the next timeline.